Welcome to Step Up English channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about daily routines and English morning habits for learners. You'll learn how to describe your everyday activities naturally in English while improving your vocabulary, speaking, and listening skills through real-life situations and practical examples. We'll cover common morning routines, healthy habits, productivity activities, and simple daily conversations that English speakers use in real life, from waking up and preparing breakfast to studying, working, and communicating with others throughout the day. This video is designed to help you build better English habits step by step, without pressure or overcomplicated rules. Remember, improving your English doesn't happen overnight. Small daily practice and consistent habits can make a big difference over time. So if you want to sound more natural, improve your fluency, and make English part of your everyday life, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
So, have you ever woken up, looked at your phone, and just, felt like your whole day was already bad?
Oh, absolutely. It is a very common experience.
Yeah, like you have not even stepped out of bed yet,
Mm.
but your body feels super heavy. Your brain is just, it is really slow.
Right. You look at the clock and the stress just hits you immediately.
Exactly. You tell yourself, today I will study English. Today I will be super productive. But then you just pull the blanket right back over your head.
Yes, the morning suddenly feels like a giant wall we have to climb over instead of just a door we simply walk through.
A giant wall. Yeah, that is exactly it.
And the real tragedy here is that the morning is actually the most valuable time of day for building any new skill, especially a language.
Okay, so that is our mission today for this deep dive. We are looking at, how to make mornings less heavy.
Precisely. We are analyzing lifestyle and language learning sources to figure out the science of habits.
Right, because we want to use the morning to learn English, but without feeling totally tired or lazy. Because I will be honest with you,
Please do.
when my alarm rings, my first thought is never, hey, let's learn English.
Of course not.
Yeah, my first thought is always, how can I sleep for just 5 more minutes?
And that is a completely natural biological response. It really is.
It is.
Yes. But what we discover when we look at the psychology of mornings is, well, it is actually quite surprising.
Okay.
The reason you feel so bad in the morning usually has nothing to do with the morning itself.
Wait, really?
Yes. The problem actually starts the night before.
I thought that was a joke when I first read our sources. Like, a bad morning is yesterday's fault.
It sounds strange, but it is true.
But, it makes a lot of sense now. If you do not fix the night before, you just cannot fix the morning.
Exactly. And the sources introduce this wonderful concept called the night before kindness.
The night before kindness. I like that. It means doing very small, very easy things at night to help yourself the next day, right?
Right. Think about your brain as a really complex engine. When you first wake up, that engine is running on very low power.
Like a car in the winter.
Exactly like that. It is still warming up. So if you open your eyes and the very first thing you see is a messy room, well, that is a problem.
Oh, yeah. Clothes on the floor, papers on the desk.
Old coffee cups, exactly.
Yeah.
Your brain receives a sudden shock of visual stress. It instantly registers that there is work to do.
I know this feeling so perfectly. If I wake up and see a big mess, I feel tired again right away.
It pushes you backward.
Yeah. The room is telling me, look at all this work you have to do. It is very rude.
A rude welcome to the day. I like how you put that.
A messy room is giving my sleepy eyes a very rude welcome.
And that visual noise forces your brain into a state of defense before you even stand up. But the night before kindness changes this entire dynamic.
So what do we do?
By doing something very simple, like clearing just one small space on a table or just one corner, you create a calm visual zone.
Just one small space. That is easy.
Right. When your eyes open and see that clean space, the brain does not panic.
And picking out clothes helps with this too, just putting them on the chair.
Yes, preparing your clothes is a huge part of it.
But we also need to talk about the phone, because putting the phone a little farther away from the bed is super important.
It is arguably the most important step.
Why is the phone so dangerous at night? Because, many people look at their phones in bed to relax.
They do.
They lie down, they do not move, and they think, well, I am resting.
And this brings us to a huge misunderstanding about what real rest actually is.
Okay, what is real rest?
Well, physical stillness is not the same as mental rest. When you scroll through videos late at night, your eyes are taking in bright artificial light.
The blue light, right.
Yes, and this light tricks your brain's internal clock. It basically tells your brain that the sun is still up in the sky.
Oh, wow. So the brain thinks it is daytime.
Exactly. So your body just stops making the chemicals you need to feel sleepy.
So the body is resting, but the brain is running a marathon.
Precisely. Your brain is processing hundreds of quick images, jokes, news stories, arguments.
Just swipe, swipe, swipe.
Right. It is working incredibly hard. If you fall asleep after doing that for an hour, you do not get deep, repairing sleep.
So you do not really recover.
No. You are carrying yesterday's stress directly into today. You wake up with an entirely empty battery.
That is why I wake up feeling like my body is made of wet laundry.
Wet laundry.
Yeah, wet laundry is so heavy you try to pick it up, and it just pulls you down.
That is a very vivid image.
Your eyes are open, you are looking for your shoes or your bag, but every single movement is just slow.
The wet laundry feeling is the physical result of mental exhaustion. The brain simply never fully shut down.
Man, that is rough.
So the night before kindness is the cure here. You put the phone across the room.
You put a glass of water next to the bed.
Yes. You lay out the clothes you will wear. You clear one small space.
But, I have to ask, does picking out a shirt really change how my brain works in the morning?
He does.
Really, it sounds too easy. Moving a shirt does not, give me magic energy.
Well, no, it does not give you magic energy. But what it does is remove decisions.
Remove decisions. Okay.
The morning brain has very little decision-making power. Every small choice, like what shirt should I wear or where are my socks, uses up that limited power.
Oh, I get it. So if you are already tired and you have to search for clean socks in a dark, cold room,
your brain will choose the easiest option.
which is getting back under the blanket.
Exactly. It protects its energy.
Ah, I see. So it removes the wall. If the clothes are already there, I do not have to think. I just put them on.
You bypass the decision entirely.
It is like leaving a nice note for a friend. You make them tea, you leave the clothes out, you want them to have a nice day.
That is a lovely way to think about it.
But the friend is me tomorrow. Like I am being kind to the tomorrow version of me.
That is a wonderful analogy. You are preparing a soft, polite landing for your future self.
Okay, so the room is ready. The night before was kind. Now the sun is coming up.
The alarm rings.
The alarm rings. It is time to actually get out of bed. We have to make the first move.
And this step is where many people try to do way too much, way too soon.
Yes. I see people online who wake up at 5 in the morning.
The 5 a.m. club.
Yeah. They jump out of bed, they take a freezing cold shower, they run outside, they read a big heavy book.
It looks very intense.
They look so happy on video.
Mm-hmm.
But when I try to jump out of bed like that, I feel dizzy. I feel super sleepy and heavy.
We really need to challenge this idea that a morning routine has to be a punishment.
Yeah, I do not want to be punished.
Punishing yourself at 5 a.m. with a harsh military-style routine is just not sustainable for most human beings.
It really isn't.
If your routine feels like a fight, you will eventually quit. We do not need a terrifying routine. We just need one single action to open the door.
Just one move. And the sources say the two best choices are opening the curtains to let natural light in and drinking a big glass of water.
Those are excellent starting points.
Just doing these two things changes how we feel. They make us feel really alert and refreshed.
Let us examine the difference between being awake and being alert, because there is a huge difference.
Okay.
You can be awake, meaning your eyes are literally open and you are standing in the kitchen, but your mind is completely asleep.
Oh, the nobody is home feeling.
Yes, exactly.
I have this feeling often, like my body walks into the kitchen, I open the refrigerator, I stare at the milk.
And you have no idea what to do with it.
I have no idea why I'm holding the milk. My body is doing things, but nobody's driving the car.
That is the perfect description. The mind is lagging far behind the body, but opening the curtains solves this biologically.
How did the light do that?
When natural sunlight hits your eyes, it sends a powerful instant message to the brain's internal clock.
The same clock the phone messes up at night.
Exactly the same one. Sunlight chemically forces the brain to stop releasing sleep chemicals. It says, the night is over. Wake up the mind.
And the water. I put a glass of water next to my bed the night before. Why do I need to drink it immediately?
Because after 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is completely dehydrated.
Really? Just from sleeping?
Yes, you have lost moisture through breathing and sweating all night. When the brain lacks water, it operates slowly. It feels thick and sluggish.
Sluggish. Yeah, that is the word.
Drinking a large glass of water right away sends hydration straight to the organs and the brain.
It shakes off the heaviness.
It does.
It is like when you wash your hands and you have no towel, so you shake the water off your hands really quickly.
You force the stillness away?
Yeah, you are instantly more aware. You feel refreshed. Like Opening a window in a very hot, sticky room.
Mm.
The fresh air just comes right in.
Exactly. It clears the blurriness without requiring you to run a marathon. Just one simple glass of water.
Wait, if I want to learn English faster, should I not start studying immediately?
You mean right out of bed?
Yeah, only one move. Why not drink water and then instantly read 10 pages of a big English book?
Because your brain will reject that heavy workload.
It will.
Think about it. If you stay in bed, the morning feels like a long, dark hallway.
A dark hallway.
Yeah. It is scary to walk down a dark hallway. If you tell yourself, I have to read 10 pages of grammar right now, the hallway gets even darker. You will refuse to walk.
I love that picture. A dark hallway. If I just have to open the curtains, that is like, finally opening a door to walk outside into the sun.
It is a much smaller, safer step.
I only have to turn one small handle. Anybody can turn a handle. Anybody can drink a glass of water.
Exactly right. It is about building trust with yourself. You promise yourself an easy first step.
Okay, so I opened the door. I drank the water. I am alert. I am refreshed.
You are ready.
Now my brain is awake.
Ah.
And this is actually the most dangerous moment of the whole morning.
It really is the critical tipping point.
Because right now, my hand usually just reaches for my phone.
This is the exact moment where millions of people lose control of their day.
Millions.
The body is awake, but the mind is very sensitive right now.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the power of choice and what it really means to be intentional.
Intentional. This means doing something on purpose,
Yeah.
right? You make a real choice. You do not do it by accident. But, this is really hard. My thumb just moves to social media by itself.
It is a deeply ingrained habit.
I tell myself, I will only look for 1 minute.
The just 1 minute illusion.
Yes, 1 minute to see a message, then I see a funny video of a dog, then I watch a video about making a cake.
And before you know it,
Suddenly, 15 minutes are gone. Why does this happen so easily in the morning?
it has to do with the physical state of the morning brain. Think of your mind right after waking up as a completely clean sponge.
Oh, a clean slate?
Yes, it is dry, clean, and totally ready to absorb whatever touches it first.
That makes sense.
It has not yet touched the dirty water of daily stress, work problems, or bad news.
A clean sponge. So whatever liquid I put on the sponge, it just stays there all day.
Exactly. If the first thing you put into that clean sponge is social media, you are soaking up pure distraction.
Just soaking it all up.
You are absorbing quick, noisy, random information. The sponge becomes heavy with dirty water,
I hate that feeling.
and you carry that heavy, distracted feeling right into your job or your school. You start the day reacting to other people's lives instead of building your own.
So to be intentional, I have to choose clean water for the sponge.
Exactly.
I have to choose to open an English learning app or an English podcast instead of social media. Same phone, but a totally different choice.
It sounds like a small change, but it completely alters your identity for the rest of the day.
My identity.
Yes. If you choose an English podcast, you are quietly telling your brain, I am someone who works on my future.
Oh, wow. I am someone who works on my future.
You build instant confidence. You have already won a small victory, and you haven't even had breakfast yet.
I like how that feels. There's a story in the sources that shows this perfectly, actually.
It's the train story.
Yes, a very busy woman who travels to work on a train every single morning. She had a full-time job. She had a family.
A very full plate.
Right. In the evening, she was just completely exhausted. She told everyone, I have absolutely no time to learn English.
A very common and honestly very understandable situation.
Yes. But then she became intentional. She realized she was spending 20 minutes on the train every morning just looking at social media.
Which is very easy to do.
Right. She did not create new time out of nowhere. She just changed what she did with the time she already had.
A simple switch.
She sat on the train, and instead of clicking the social media app, she just clicked play on an English audio lesson. Her train ride literally became her classroom.
She took control of her own attention. She protected her clean sponge.
But, I want to push back on this a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
It is so hard to stop my thumb. Social media apps are designed by very smart people to be super fun.
They are engineered for engagement, yes.
And learning English feels like work. How do I stop myself from choosing the fun thing?
You have to look at how things make you feel afterward, not just in the moment. Social media is designed to give you a quick hit of pleasure, but it leaves you feeling entirely empty later.
Oh, I see. It is like picking your breakfast food.
How do you mean?
Imagine I eat a huge bowl of candy for breakfast.
That sounds terrible.
While I am eating it, it is amazing. It tastes sweet. It is fun. But 1 hour later, my stomach hurts so bad.
The crash.
Yeah, I feel sick, and I have zero energy.
Yeah.
Social media is candy for the brain. It is fun for 5 minutes, but then you feel so lazy.
That is an excellent comparison.
And learning English is like eating healthy fruit.
Yes.
An apple might not be as crazy and exciting as candy, but after you eat it, you feel clean, strong, and totally ready for the day. I have to remind my thumb to choose the fruit.
Choosing the fruit is the perfect way to frame it. So we are being intentional. We have chosen the fruit.
We chose the food.
We're dedicating a small part of our morning to English. But we need a clear plan. What exactly do we do so it does not feel like a heavy, stressful school test?
We need a simple recipe, and we have one. It is called the small breakfast for your English.
The small breakfast.
I love this name. A small breakfast, it is not a huge, heavy dinner of, boring grammar rules. It is light, it is easy to eat, and it gives you energy.
A simple routine prevents the brain from feeling overwhelmed right from the start. What are the specific components of this small breakfast?
It has 4 easy bites. Listen, speak, write, and review. Let's look really closely at the first bite. Listen.
How should a learner approach the listening phase in the morning?
Well, you do not need to sit at a desk with a big notebook. You just press play on your phone. You can play a podcast, a simple English story, or a conversation.
Keep it simple.
And you just listen while you do your normal morning things. You listen while you brush your teeth. You listen while you make your coffee or your tea.
This is brilliant because it slowly introduces the rhythm of the language into that clean sponge we talked about.
Yeah, the rhythm.
English has a specific musicality to it, the rise and fall of the tones. By listening while you simply make coffee, your brain begins to tune itself to those frequencies completely without the pressure of having to respond.
The words just flow right into your ears. It is very relaxing.
It is a passive warm-up.
Once your ears are warm, you take the second bite. Speak. You talk out loud for just 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
You can just repeat the sentences you just heard on the podcast.
This step is where true language acquisition really happens, but it is also the step learners avoid the absolute most.
Oh yeah, speaking is scary.
Let us examine the physical reality of the morning. When you sleep, all the muscles in your face, your jaw, and your tongue relax deeply.
They go sleep too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking a foreign language requires your mouth to make completely different physical shapes than your native language does.
Different shapes.
If you only ever read English books or listen quietly, your mouth muscles never learn those physical shapes. Speaking out loud in the morning acts as a gym for your mouth.
A gym for your mouth.
It forces those stiff muscles to wake up and practice the correct physical movements.
That explains so much. I know people who can read perfectly in English, but when they try to talk to a real person, they totally freeze.
The physical habit isn't there.
Their mouth just does not know what to do. It's like sports. You cannot learn to swim just by watching swimming videos on your phone.
Exactly.
You have to put your own body in the water. You have to move your own arms.
Muscle memory is built entirely through physical action, and the morning provides a very unique advantage here.
Yes, the privacy. The morning is a safe space. No one is awake to hear you make a mistake.
You are alone.
You can stand in the bathroom, look right in the mirror, hold your toothbrush, and just speak English to yourself.
You might feel a little silly talking to a mirror.
Oh, you will definitely feel silly. But that is the best part. Nobody is judging you. You can make funny sounds. You can say words totally wrong, and it does not matter.
It is low stakes.
You are just warming up the gym for your mouth.
It entirely removes the social anxiety that usually stops people from practicing speaking. Now, what is the third bite of the breakfast?
The third bite is write. You write 3 or 4 simple sentences.
Just 3 or 4.
You do not need a special notebook or anything. You can use the Notes app on your phone. You can write about what you want to eat for lunch or how you feel right now. Like, I am tired, but I am drinking water. Very simple.
There is a profound psychological benefit to this step, way beyond just practicing vocabulary. We discussed earlier how the morning mind can feel very blurry.
Super blurry.
Often people wake up with 10 different thoughts flying around in their heads. I need to pay that bill. I need to call my mother. I need to finish that project at work.
Oh man, my mind is a messy room in the morning, papers flying everywhere.
Writing acts as a way to clean your mental desk. When you take a flying thought and force yourself to write it down as a simple sentence in English, you capture it.
You grab it.
You pin it to the paper, it stops flying around, it creates a real sense of order.
You know, I have to admit, when I first heard the word write, I felt nervous.
Really? Why?
Writing sounds like school. It sounds like a difficult test. I do not want to take a test in the morning. I'm afraid of making grammar mistakes.
That is a very normal reaction, Because our education systems usually grade our writing. We are taught that writing is a performance for a teacher.
Yes, but I realize from the sources, this is not a test. Nobody is grading this.
Not at all.
Let me explain it like this. Writing my thoughts down in the morning is like taking all the messy clothes off my bedroom floor and putting them nicely into the closet.
Oh, I see.
My thoughts are the clothes. When I write them down, I put them in the closet. My brain feels clean and ready. It does not matter if the grammar is perfect. The floor is clean.
That beautifully changes the feeling of the entire exercise. It is a tool for mental clarity, not an academic test. And what is the final piece of the meal?
The fourth bite is review. You look at the words or phrases you learned the day before. You just look at them quickly to remember them.
Reviewing is the invisible engine of memory. It is exactly how information moves from short-term holding into long-term storage.
Long-term storage.
The best way to understand this is to imagine a garden. Reviewing is like watering plants.
Watering the plants. I love this. If you go to the store and buy 10 new plants every day, but you never give water to the plants you bought yesterday, what happens?
You end up with a house full of dead plants.
Exactly. All your plants die. If you learn 5 new English words on Monday, but you never look at them on Tuesday, your brain just throws them away.
They're away.
They die. Reviewing is just giving a small cup of water to yesterday's words so they grow deep roots in your brain.
So we have the completus, small breakfast, listen to fill the clean sponge, speak to warm up the gym for your mouth, write to clean your mental desk, and review to water the plants.
Listen, speak, write, review. It sounds perfect. It is healthy food for the brain. But I can hear you, the listener, right now.
Oh.
I can hear you saying, hey, this sounds amazing, but I am a real person. I have children. I have to catch a bus. I do not have 1 hour to do all of this in the morning.
And if this routine took an hour, you would be absolutely right to reject it. An hour-long routine is basically impossible for most working people.
Totally impossible.
This brings us to the most important rule of all.
Yes, the routine must be realistic. And realistic means it should only take 10 to 15 minutes total for all 4 bites.
You do not need to wake up an hour early. You do not need to study until you are exhausted.
Thank goodness.
The core principle driving this entire system is that small steps add up. Doing a tiny amount every single day is vastly superior to doing a large amount once a month.
Small steps add up. But let's look closely at that. If I only study for 10 minutes, am I really learning? It feels too small to make a difference.
Let us look at the mathematics of consistency and how the brain actually wires itself.
Okay.
If you do 10 minutes a day, every day, that time accumulates into hours over a month. But the total time is less important than the daily rhythm.
Wait, the rhythm is more important than the hours? How?
The brain decides what to remember based on frequency. If you touch the English language every single day, your brain notices the pattern.
It sees you doing it.
It says, oh, we are using this information every morning. It must be important for our survival. I will build stronger pathways for these words.
Wow.
But if you only study for 3 hours on a Sunday and then ignore English all week, your brain says, we rarely use this. Throw it away to save energy.
That is amazing. The brain literally throws away what it does not use daily.
It was very efficient.
So a 10-minute daily habit tricks the brain into keeping the words. This shows why huge goals are dangerous. A huge goal is like trying to wear shoes that are much too big for your feet.
Exactly. If you decide, I will study for 2 hours every morning, you are putting on giant shoes. You take 2 steps, you trip, and you fall down.
And when you fall, you feel embarrassed. You say, well, learning English is too hard for me. I quit.
It creates a sense of failure.
But a 10-minute goal is like shoes that fit perfectly. You put them on, and you just walk naturally. Every day, you take a comfortable walk.
This daily walking, this consistent forward movement, completely destroys the myth of talent. Many learners believe they are failing because they were not born with a special language talent.
Oh, I hear that all the time. People say, my brain is just bad at languages. I am not a genius.
The people who succeed in mastering a second language are rarely born geniuses.
Yeah.
They're simply the people who quietly show up.
Show up every day.
While everyone else is sleeping or while everyone else is eating social media brain candy, these individuals are quietly doing their 10 minutes. Consistency always beats talent.
Consistency beats talent. If you do your 10 minutes every day, you will definitely pass the person who is naturally smart but only studies once a month. It is the power of little by little.
It is the accumulation of small drops. Imagine filling a large glass of water, but you can only put in one tiny drop at a time.
Drip. Tree. One drop looks completely useless. You look at the big empty glass and you look at the tiny drop and you feel sad. You think this will never be full.
It requires immense patience. But if you walk away and allow the process to continue one drop at a time, eventually the glass is completely full.
The glass gets full.
The small steps created a massive result.
I think about it like building a house. Imagine you want to build a brick wall. You hold one single brick in your hand.
One single brick.
One brick is small. It is heavy, but it is just a block of dirt. You cannot live inside one brick. It will not protect you from the rain.
A single brick has very little value on its own.
Exactly. But if you take that one brick and you place it nicely on the ground today,
Yes.
and then tomorrow you come back and put one more brick right next to it, and the next day another brick, for a long time it just looks like a low line of bricks.
It doesn't look like much.
But if you do not stop, eventually you have a wall, and then you have a house.
And a house built slowly, brick by brick, is incredibly strong. It will survive any storm. Your English skills, built 10 minutes at a time, will survive the pressure of real conversations in the real world.
Wow. We've traveled through the whole morning today. Let's look back and summarize the journey so we remember every single step.
That is a great idea.
First, we learned that the morning actually starts yesterday. If we want a good morning, we must practice the night before kindness.
Crucial step.
We move the phone away so our brain can actually rest. We put a glass of water on the table, we choose our clothes, and we clear a small space. We make the morning gentle and polite.
We remove the visual stress and lower the barrier to getting out of bed.
Second, when the alarm rings, we do not panic. We do not need a scary military routine. We just make the first move.
Just one move.
We open the curtains to let the sunlight tell our brain to wake up, and we drink a big glass of water to hydrate our body. This stops the heavy, sluggish feeling. It makes us alert and refreshed.
We transition from simply having our eyes open to having our minds truly awake.
Third, we protect our minds.
Mm.
We are intentional. We know our brain is a clean sponge.
Protect the sponge.
We do not let our thumbs automatically click social media to soak up dirty water and brain candy. We make a choice. We open an English app. We choose the healthy fruit. We tell ourselves, I am someone who works on my future.
We use the time we already have, like sitting on a train, and turn it into a classroom.
Fourth, we eat a small breakfast for our English. We listen to a podcast while making coffee, filling the clean sponge. We speak out loud to the bathroom mirror for 2 minutes, using the gym for our mouth. We write a few simple sentences to clean the mental desk and put our flying frocks in the closet. And we review yesterday's words to water the plants so they grow. Listen, speak, write, review.
We engage all the necessary language pathways without causing mental burnout.
And finally, fifth, we remember that small steps add up. We keep our goals realistic, just 10 to 15 minutes.
Keep the shoes fitting nicely.
We do not wear giant shoes that make us trip. We wear shoes that fit perfectly. We put down one small brick every day because consistency beats talent.
We allow the small drops to eventually fill the glass.
This deep dive has completely changed how I see my morning. It does not feel like a heavy wall anymore. It feels like a door that is very easy to open.
When we break down the psychology of our habits, we realize that success does not require painful, exhausting effort. Tomorrow morning is going to arrive no matter what.
That is true.
The sun is going to come up and the alarm is going to ring. The only true question is how you will meet it. Will you let the morning attack you, or will you meet it with gentle intention?
That is the perfect question to leave with. So I want to talk directly to you now listening to this. Think about tomorrow morning.
Think about your future self.
You do not have to do all of these things perfectly. Do not try to build the whole house in one day. What is the one tiny thing, just one single drop of water you will add to your routine tomorrow to build your future?
Just one drop.
Maybe you just put a glass of water next to your bed tonight. Just one drop.
Everything significant begins with that first single drop.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We love taking these ideas and making them simple and useful for you. Remember, be a good friend to your tomorrow self. Take care of your mornings, and your mornings will take care of you. Keep laying down those bricks, and we will see you next time.